Experience the future of packaging and processing up close and in action. Explore groundbreaking innovations, engage with hands-on solutions, and connect with the experts transforming the industry. See how these advancements can revolutionize your products, production lines, and business. It all starts here. Don't miss out. Register today at packexpolasvegas.com/unpackedpod. You're listening to Unpacked with PMMI, where we share the latest packaging and processing industry insights, research, and innovations to help you advance your business. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Unpacked with PMMI. I'm your host, Sean Riley. As the world changed this year, PMMI's role as an industry resource, now more than ever, means connecting the industry and providing business solutions for today and beyond. We welcome PMMI Senior Director of Membership Andrew Doherty to talk about all the tools that PMMI offers its members to help them conduct better business. Now more than ever, PMMI is your answer. All right, with all the introductions out of the way, welcome to the podcast, Andrew.
Thanks, Sean.
Now, you're the Senior Director of Membership, so you know all there is to do about the things that we offer our members. So what do you see as PMMI's role? I hate to use the term because we say these challenging times that we're going through.
Well, the first thing we wanted to do right out of the gate was create a COVID page so members could find information, especially government information that had to do with assistance, regarding local and state regulations. We wanted to help members with real issues, offering real products such as remote FATs. We held over 11 town hall webinars.
For the things for the government, is that something that you and your department, for lack of a better word, had to go out and kind of seek these remedies, or were there things where we had relationships with, whether it's National Association of Manufacturing, other people like that could kind of direct us to that, or was that just something where you personally had to pay attention to it to make sure that we could pass on to our members, these types of solutions?
It was really both. We did a lot of collaborating with the National Association of Manufacturers, but we also had staff here researching real help to real situations. So by finding out what government, state, and local regulations, we were able to provide assistance. So our members were able to get money by following the instructions that we provided on this resource on the COVID page.
Awesome. So as the pandemic continues to challenge and change how business is done and really affects, our industry in particular, can you speak to a few of the resources that PMMI offers to kind of help our members and the industry as a whole, understand the economic impact that we're experiencing and even kind of what we can expect to see in the future?
Sure, absolutely. What really stands out and I think separates us from other organizations is we go beyond our membership. So we wanted to hear what our members' customers were saying and going through. Right out of the gate, we started, in March, town hall talking about managing and supporting your staff and customers. And then in April, we jumped to PMMI member executives discussing manufacturing business issues. As time progressed, we had a town hall on business and tax policy update. And then it got into May and we did a town hall on ideas for bringing workers back to the office. Some of these town halls had members and their customers on these panels discussing these issues. In June, we did one on what does back to work look like for field service technicians. Another popular one was best practices for conducting virtual FATs. All these town halls, and they're all stored on the PMMI.org website, specifically under the COVID resource page. So members can go back at any time and look and see how other companies are dealing with these issues. A couple other things I wanted to touch on. We had an economic report on ITR's economic impact of COVID-19, and this was like a guidance in uncertain economy. We also do our monthly indicators, and this monthly indicators are like a survey, and they include input from both members and CPGs. So we get a pulse of what's going on, and some of the topics include, quotations and orders and service and sales, accessing customer sites. So it's real information being provided by our members, and then that helps us provide products and services back to our members to help them deal with these challenging times.
It's interesting you say, like, that's what I was thinking the whole time is as you're kind of laying out the different months, in the beginning, it's a shock. Everything shuts down. We don't know, what the heck's going on. And I was going to ask if you were basing a lot of these solutions that we were coming up with off of member input. And it sounds like you guys always kind of had the member's ear when you were developing these things.
Absolutely. And not just the members, but the members' customers. And we really pivoted to provide products and services for now. What our members are going through right now with COVID. And we're launching a new membership campaign called Now More Than Ever, PMMI is Your Answer. And it's really highlighting all the resources that are available to our members. And one of the things that we're really pushing in this campaign is how to stay connected to your customers. And one thing I failed to mention right out of the gate, Sean, PMMI is based on corporate company memberships, which means your company is a member of PMMI, and that covers every employee within that company. So every employee can access and utilize all of our PMMI products and services and our resources, and access to the web and all these town halls and all these work products. I just want to reiterate, everyone in a member company can take advantage of the company's membership.
It's something that probably everyone doesn't always think of, that it's not just the company that's a member, but it's the entire people that make up the company that also are members that can take advantage of these things to help them through their day.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was out traveling,
you were allowed to.
Yeah, meeting with member companies, or I'm at a show and I talk to someone, a lot of times people say, oh, I thought it was only for our president or our GM, but it's not. It's for people in operations, engineering, marketing, sales, service. And that's why we really just want to encourage all of our members, employees to take advantage of the membership.
You just kind of alluded to it, that we can't get out there and connect at in-person events, or I know you travel around to a lot of the members' plants and stuff to check in on them. So you might have an idea. Like, it's got to be difficult for our members, companies, the industry in general to connect during these times. So what's PMMI doing to try to help with that?
Sean, we're looking at existing business and new business by leveraging the OpEx work products. And some of these products are allowing our members to do business in these tough times because of travel restrictions. One of which is the remote FATs, and further development of sales tools through PMG's products such as Converge, Scout, and LeadWorks, which help our members track and reach out to their customers throughout the year. Also, of course, there's Pack Expo Connects, which is a huge opportunity to reach customers. And then we have our monthly town halls with customer panels. These are real customers, real companies dealing with the issues at hand, and it's very powerful.
All right, so kind of the next phase of all this is we're living through this pandemic situation. We're beyond reacting to it. Now we got to kind of be proactive. So growing a business has to be a problem. It has to be a challenge. So what's one thing to maintain existing customers or looking out at new markets? Is PMMI doing things to facilitate business growth?
We sure are. Just to bring you up to speed, we had the ITR series, which identified particular market segments that would be impacted by COVID-19, and we earmarked several industries for growth, and this certainly directs members to the areas to focus on. In addition to making customers available to our members through the town hall webinars, we're also doing a new custom research resource, and this is something where PMMI is working with the media group, and we're offering products. And I'll just touch on three real quick ones because this is a really, really neat resource and product for our member company. So one is thought leadership research, and this would be exclusive market intelligence to share with your customers and strengthen your position as an industry authority. Another one deals with brand and competitive analysis. It'll focus on views on your competition and their available products and services. And the third is value proposition and product development insight. This looks at customer pain points that are addressed by your products. So this custom research is something where a company can say, this is exactly what I want you to research. This is what I'm interested in. What can you do to help me out? And the media group can deliver that.
So PMMI does business intelligence, we have for years, but this is cool. So basically what we're offering is custom research. You can go and say, hey, this is what my issue is. Can you guys go out with the help of business intelligence, research this for me to try to find, some ways that I can get solutions for this? Another thing that, and again, this goes back to the travel thing, not a lot of people jumping on planes and stuff like that to do the field service that used to be a norm. People were doing it weekly or multiple times a week. So with all these travel restrictions and quarantine requirements, service technicians have been hit pretty hard during this. Does PMMI offer anything to kind of help them, best practices, things they can use?
Absolutely. We're getting ready to launch a brand new product. The title is Field Service Personnel and Customer Tools to Support Safe Practices During the COVID Pandemic.
It's a mouthful.
It's pretty detailed. So this is a work product developed by the Field Service Manager Share Group. Really excited about it. Again, it's offering best practices in how to dispatch field service technicians into their customer plants.
Well, that's perfect. Most of these things that you've listed, is there somewhere, where am I going, that I can find all of this? Is it just PMMI.org? Like, what's the easiest way that I can find all of these things?
Absolutely. PMMI.org. And you can go onto the homepage. Right at the top of the page, we have a COVID-19 resource page. You can go click onto that, and that'll take you to where you can see the town halls. It'll also provide a link to take you to see how other members are responding to these surveys and dealing with everyday business. Also on the PMMI.org site, you're going to find OpX, and that's where you can get the conducting virtual FATs work product. You can get total cost of ownership. You can get help with, requests for proposals. And the other thing I wanted to mention is you can also see and receive a lot of information from our publications. If you were able to check out the latest issue of Packaging World, there's a whole article in there talking about conducting a virtual FAT. And it provides information and where to go on getting the PMMI OpX virtual FAT work product. So there's resources all around. I would highly recommend going to PMMI.org as your starting point.
That's fantastic. Then I think we have taken enough of your time today. I think we have a great base here that for our memberships and all of our listeners who either could be or should be PMMI members, all these different resources that you have to offer. So I just want to thank you again, Andrew, for taking time to kind of break these down and explain them to everybody.
Absolutely, Sean. And again, I would highly encourage everyone that's listening to this, if your company is a member of PMMI, please access and utilize these resources. Sean, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Hope you and your family are doing well.
Please rate, review, and subscribe. To do that, go to the iTunes podcast or Spotify app on your phone and search for Unpacked with PMMI.